Hey guys, it's Ashley, and I am checking in today from some new surroundings and not the most ideal circumstances, but nonetheless, I wanted to make sure that I was still on my Tuesday release schedule of giving you guys some video content in regards to candle making and running a business as a small business owner and entrepreneur. So I'm actually coming to you from the second bedroom of our Airbnb, which is one of the businesses that I maintain here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And yeah, it's not ideal. We unfortunately had a leak happen and now the bill is just racking up. So slightly terrified, but also, grateful that at least I have other streams of income that can help foot this bill that me and my husband are about to run down into a very deep rabbit hole. So for anyone who has gone through this, my heart goes out to you because this is just a stressful time. So I'm trying to keep my head on straight because as of today, it is October 12th. And that means that we are like right into holiday season here. So I wanted to give you guys some quick updates, but also some things that I am finding from the candle side of my entrepreneurship journey of what I'm really trying to do with my margins and pricing and getting that down. And there's a few things that I have uncovered, and I just wanted to share those with you guys and really just kind of update you for those that have been following along on this crazy journey. And yeah, just shed some light, pun intended, on some things that I am now facing going into November and December. For me, I have my holiday line really lined up, thankfully, and I just sent out an email to all of my wholesalers in regards to what to expect and what they can pre-order, because I don't know if you guys have already felt the pinch of shipping delays and things out of stock and whatnot, and I absolutely have. And I feel like I've bulk ordered up until this point, but there's also this like fear of, do I have enough? Will I run out? Because there would be nothing worse than not having something for the holidays available and ready. And with the 2-week cure times, I'm still trying to figure out this like dance of what does and doesn't work and how prepared is prepared enough without being over prepared, and the fear of wasted product, like literally the things that keep you up at night that is just like so ridiculous and out of my control, quite honestly. And also Wooden Wick sent out they're doing their 12 weeks of giveaways or I don't know what it's called. I just butchered that. But they're doing their stuff right now, which is like discounts. And do you guys ever get where, there's like a discount and so you feel like you have to like scarcity purchase or like fear purchase? I don't know. I get that. And I've already noticed like a lot of the things are already sold out. So I'm like, shit. But I'm doing the best that I can. So something that I wanted to let you guys know of though, and I found some really interesting information because I know a lot of you guys still watch my biggest mistakes video, which I'm happy to link here, about pricing and overcoming that and the hurdles that I have literally set in front of myself voluntarily, and then now I'm having to remove to provide more work for myself. And one of them is obviously the pricing of my vessels. And so I've done some research, and some of you have offered up really great information. And by the way, I think going forward, I'm going to start to instill a thing where if you ask me a question, I am going to ask you a question back. Meaning that if I'm going to give you some information, then you can also give me some information too. And I think whether I know the answer to the information you give me or it's something that I'm already privy to, that's totally fine, but I think it just will like start to culminate this like sharing world that feels a little bit less one-sided, especially when it comes to like candles. Like where'd you get your wicks, or where did you get your vessels, or these things. I'm happy to share, absolutely, which is why I have this channel. But I would just love to like get some information back, because a lot of you have really shared that Alibaba is not as scary as I had made it out to be. And here's some fun things that I've found out. So there are places in the United States that work with companies overseas to bring custom vessels here. But I'm finding a lot of them don't work with glass, which was really interesting to me in regards to finding companies that do things similar to Alibaba that you can work with as a liaison here on the ground in the United States, as opposed to over in China, which is where most of these manufacturers are based. So I found that that's to be interesting. They don't really use glass or work with glass. I think it's a combination of there being shortages, but I think it's also pricing, things like that. And they deal a lot with ceramic, which is interesting. So that is something that I have learned and now have started to look into, like, am I going to do ceramics instead of glass, which is kind of hard for me because if you guys are familiar with my line, I use wooden wick Aura vessels. They are glass, they are coated, and the pricing really gets competitive when it's not glass. And again, I'm not sure if that's because of shortages or whatnot. But if I go straight through Alibaba, I can get manufacturers that are glass. And here's some things that have been interesting with that whole world of using it and looking into it. So you set up an account. It's very confusing, not user-friendly whatsoever, and it's super overwhelming. So if you contact a place or a vendor on Alibaba and you say, hey, I'm looking for this, what are the specs? Can you do samples? Like all the rigmarole of finding out if those vessels are right for you. Whilst doing that, it basically, like, maybe I have a setting wrong, but basically it put my information out there on my Alibaba account to say, this person is looking for this thing. And within like an hour, I had like 40 messages in my inbox, like, you know, the language barrier or the kind of like smoke and mirrors that you're operating in of like, well, what are they actually selling for me to take a look at? And then you have to like have these minimum order quantities that in some cases are very large in order to get the price down, which is the whole reason why we're even going to them and not US manufacturers or wholesale suppliers direct to us candle makers. So I'm kind of running around, so stick with me on this. And so it's really overwhelming. I mean, my inbox within an hour, not even exaggerating, had 40 plus emails or messages saying like, we have this, would you be interested in this? And so not only is this process like really time consuming, but it's also like, again, kind of like this smoke and mirrors. It's like, I think from the photos that you have, this is what I would want, but it's really hard because I'm a visual learner, not having this like product in hand to be like, is this exactly what I'm looking for? Is this similar? Do I want to go smaller? Do I want to go larger? Like, what am I doing here? So no wonder places like Candle Science and Wooden Wick, who I'm almost certain Wooden Wick orders from Alibaba as well, but they're just able to place like gajillion size orders as opposed to us wanting like 500, 1,000, 2,000, 70,000. I don't even know. But my whole point in this is that Alibaba is not as scary as I thought if you're willing and able to really dedicate the time to like be your own advocate. The pricing is just tasty. I mean, it is literally tantalizing. So I'm excited about that, and I'm ready to go into that direction if I stick with the glass. Because like I said, the research that I've done, and to be clear, like it's not like I'm like spending a lot of time on this and like I have all of these leads in the United States. Like it's not. I think I've reached out to 2 at this point that I feel like are able to make custom to me vessels and order them, bring them over, that sort of thing. I am finding that with the ones I found in the United States, reaching out to them, I'm in talks with them, getting some quotes from them, and I'm finding that most of the pricing, either through Alibaba or through these companies, in the United States is around like $1.75 to about $3 per unit with shipping included. So that would be the out the door price. Now there's other add-on costs that come in, such as like what some call like a die cut. So making like a custom vessel for you for that order that isn't like a mold that has already been done. And that obviously ups the price. And these are all pretty standard. So if you've looked at my business, I have white and black vessels, white and black tins that I use. And so I still have to make the minimum order quantity based on one color. So it's not like I can go in and like split the order. So if the minimum order quantity is 10,000, I can't do 5,000 one, 5,000 the other. From what I found so far, it's more 10,000 black, 10,000 white, 20,000 total. Excuse me while I like lose my lunch in fear. So yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys because I promised to take you guys along on this journey. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter video, and let you guys know of the steps of where I'm at, because some of you have really followed up on that biggest mistakes video and wanting me to keep you in the loop. So I'm trying to operate as transparent as I possibly can, but also give you vetted information that I feel like I have experienced firsthand. And this is where I'm at right now. So actually, after I edit this video today and get it posted up for you guys, I'm going to go back to Alibaba and really like dedicate a couple of hours and sitting down and reading through reviews of the manufacturers that are vetting, you know, my company and my business. And I'm also going to try and look through like how the sample process works, because I just don't feel comfortable ordering something blindly and not actually seeing the quality of it. And something that I will say, Candle Science is wonderful, so I hope you guys don't take this as a knock to them, but I got their ceramic Nordic tumblers and I was just like, oh my gosh, these things are beautiful. Like I absolutely love them, the pictures, everything. It was about a size I was looking at because I'm not completely in bed with the size of the Aura vessels right now. I kind of want something that's around like 10 ounces. So I got those and I was so excited, and I flipped it over and it just has this huge stamp that says made in China. And I'm like, I know that the warning label goes there. I know that all those things are a piece of that, but I don't necessarily want that, because my whole business is around repurposing these vessels and reusing them. And they're going to take off that warning label and it's just going to have this big stamp there. And I feel like it negates the value and the cost of what I'm trying to bring to the table. And that's why I really love the Aura vessels. They're clean, they're easy to reuse and repurpose, and they're just like a really nice staple item. And so I want to make sure that there's not going to be any surprises like that when I order from Alibaba if I go that direction. So I don't know, guys. I hope that this video was helpful, coming to you live from the second bedroom, hiding away from the workers downstairs working on our home, and just share that update with you guys. There's also a lot of like stocking issues going on right now too. And so if you guys are still at all waiting to place your orders for like a big sale or something like that, like I might encourage you, if something is in stock, to at least get enough of that supply in so that you can get a head start in some capacity, because I'm already, you know, sending chat support requests to vendors saying, when is this going to be in stock? And it's this kind of moving date. You can't turn on any sort of news channel without seeing the gajillion cargo ships outside of California on the coast just waiting to get to deliver the goods. And so I know all of our Kindle vessels are just sitting on there, just waiting. So things I wanted to share with you guys, updates. As always, guys, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them below. I really enjoyed the 30 for 30s. I just had a call today with a beautiful woman out in the Bay Area going through like how to grow her local presence and things like that. And I'm really enjoying those, guys. And if you're not familiar with what those are, it's 30 minutes for $30. I invoice you after to make sure that you're happy with the service that I'm giving you. But it's really nice to kind of have a second set of ears on roadblocks or issues that are coming up for you in your business, whether you're launching, whether you're 5 years in, whether you're, just thinking of starting a candle business or any other product-based business. I'm really trying to help you guys reduce the overwhelm, remove those roadblocks to the best of our abilities, knowing that some are always going to be there, and just kind of give you like a voice of confidence. So if you want to sign up for one of those, I have all the links below. Otherwise, leave me your questions and comments below. I love interacting with you guys. And yeah, let me know what videos you want to hear next. It's kind of just one of those rainy, weird days in Albuquerque out of our like 300 plus days of sunshine. So it's a little slow moving today. You guys could probably tell in my demeanor, but hope you guys stuck through this, and wishing you guys the best of luck with your business, because it's holiday season, y'all. Bye, and have a great rest of your day.